with Catherine McCarthy and John Healy about accounting technicians. We're going to be talking about year one, which is new to January this year. It's going to be online from 6:30 to 9:30, Wednesdays and Thursdays, and it's starting Wednesday, 27th of January. So let me start by asking Catherine, accounting technicians, do I actually need any accounting experience?
No, we don't have to have any accounting experience on. We start everything in the accounting edition course completely from scratch, as if you've never even seen an accountancy book or been in an accountancy office or done anything in accounting. We start every whole subject, the 4 subjects we'll be doing from scratch.
But you would say that people would generally, they'd have an interest in numbers, or they wouldn't be terrified of numbers anyway, let's say.
Yeah, most people who do the course would have an interest in numbers in the past, and they'd see it as a good job opportunity as well as having an interest in numbers too.
So speaking of the people in the class, what kind of people then actually turn up to accounting technician class?
Well, we get people from all different backgrounds. We would have people who are already working in accounts and who want to upskill, and that's what happened with me. I've done the accounting technician course in the past, where I was working in an accountancy office. I was doing accounts, was doing VAT, doing payroll, but I actually had no professional qualification to back that up. And if I had lost my job in the morning, all I had was work experience. I didn't have the professional qualification to back that up. So I just went away and did my accounting technician exams, 2 years, and then went on and did my CPA exams, which is another step on from the accounting technician. But you can just do the accounting technician the 2 years, and you're qualified then to go into accountancy offices, go into the revenue, go into companies, go into be like into shops, and work in the offices there, go into payroll. And there's loads of opportunities from doing the accounting technician course.
Yeah, and as you said, there are a lot of people, like there's someone in every business who's doing the bookkeeping, doing the VAT, doing some small returns, even preparing things to send off to the accountant and keeping all the records in order. And they might necessarily have qualifications beforehand.
Exactly.
So you were able to then put all that, you had the experience, you probably knew what you were doing, you were able to put all that then into a qualification.
Into qualification, that's still there. Like I'm qualified nearly 20 years, and I still have my accounting technician qualification as a backup there. And they still, even though you're qualified for 20 years, they're still, they provide courses and stuff after you've qualified with them as well. So 20 years later, I'm still in touch with accounting technicians.
And you were able to work, were you able to work the whole time that you were upskilling with the accounting technicians?
Yeah, I was working the whole time. So I don't understand where these students are coming from, because I did it 2 nights a week in college, and then I was working 5 days a week then as well.
Excellent. The subjects, do you want to describe there between the subjects that you're doing this year?
Yeah.
Yes.
So if I kick off maybe,
yeah.
I'll be teaching 2 subjects. So I'll be teaching the accounting and the business management. And I suppose just to highlight in the accounting is where you learn all your basics, and you're looking at sole trader. So your single person that's out there maybe has a corner shop or something, looking at how they do their accounts, and you learn all the basics from entering your invoices right the way up to preparing your accounts. And then in the business management, you're looking at a mixture of how businesses would manage. Obviously, it would be one part of it. Marketing, looking at management information systems, and also then we look at a small bit of ethics in the course as well.
Yeah, and I'll be teaching taxation and the law. So in taxation, we are looking at, say John has done the accounting, and we've got what's called our profit, and we're going to be looking and seeing how we're going to be taxing how we tax that money then. And we look at how your tax credits work. And a lot of people I see from working where I am don't know what a tax credit is, don't know what a cut-off point is, and you learn how these all apply to your personal circumstances. We also do a bit of VAT, which is very important for any business that's out there, because there's things you can claim and you can claim, and you'll be learning all about that. And then we do some payroll as well, where you're learning how your payslip works. So how your in law, we look at some company law. and looking at like what are responsibilities of directors, how you can get finance for your company, looking at if your company went out of business, what happens there. So there's a lot inside in the law and the taxation, but it's very interesting. I find obviously people who know me, who've been in my classes in the past, know that I like the tax part of it, especially is good.
Actually, Catherine, I can say I've been in your class. I can testify to the enthusiasm you have for accounting and taxation. It's actually a joy. It's great always if the teacher's excited about a subject, because we're all tired in the evenings. It's very nice. It's a good atmosphere. But speaking of, can I ask you, Catherine, just your experiences with the online classes?
Oh
What's
yeah,
that
so
been like?
we've been doing the online class now from say the September people. So we've had a good experience of how the classes are going, and what I've been hearing back from the students is they're getting involved in the classes. They have a facility where they can chat to me. They don't have to, they can chat like online to me. And then what they find great is that they have a recording of the class for afterwards. They can look back at the recording, and they also like that we're doing exam papers. So for all our classes, myself and John, we're based on exam papers. So we show you how to do a question, and every whole night you'll have questions that will have loads and loads of practice of doing questions over. And that's the key to passing the accounting admissions exams, practice. Isn't that right, John? Lots of
Yeah,
practice.
it's all based on the previous exam papers, and that's what we do in class. We get you ready to take that final exam. And like I suppose the other benefit of the online classes on would be that you can sit from the comfort of your own home and do the course. You don't have to be driving into one of our campuses, so you can sit down at home. It makes it a lot easier to manage your time as well. But the fact is, Catherine said there, to look back on the recording when it comes to the crunch time of the year for exams, that ability to look back at a class that was done in week one, it has a great advantage when you're studying.
And John, it's not only the recordings, is it? You have all your notes and like your taxation. You might have, or not taxation and accounting. You might have spreadsheets and things, solutions. They're all going to be up on Moodle, aren't they?
Yeah, everything is there. So, for example, in both tax and accounting, we would use Google Sheets for our answers. So, Google Sheets is like a spreadsheet. So, all our answers are actually are online as well. So, you have answers to every question that we cover. And also, then in our subjects, we assign questions that you can do outside of class time, and solutions are given on those as well.
I was asking you earlier if the exams were difficult, and you both reminded me that actually in the class time, there is time, you get practice time. And I remember doing that in the class. You're actually working through an exercise. It's actually good fun. Then you or Catherine are explaining the answer and going through it, and you're checking for your own mistakes. So you're actually practicing exam questions all the time.
Yeah, every night from night one in every subject, you'll be doing exam papers. So it's not like when you come to the end of the 26 weeks, you're going to start cramming. You're actually every night you're studying because you're doing it live in the class.
So moving on, can I just ask about what is the relationship with the Accounting Technicians Ireland? Do we have to register with them?
Yeah, so you register with the competitions as a student with them, and then they set the exams then. So we prepare you for the exams, but the competitions actually set the exams. And the good thing is all the exams are going to be online as well. So you'll be learning online, but then you'll be actually taking your exams online as well. And there'll actually be a mock exam online as well, done before the actual exams take place. So everything will be online. For the day of your exam, you won't have to leave your own house. You'll be able to do all your exams online.
And can I just remind people as well that this Accounting Technicians course with us, it is the same standard, it's the same, a lot of cases, the same teaching material, same textbooks, as you just mentioned, same exam as any other college in the country. And I think, John, you'll correct me, are we only one of three now that have an intake of students in January?
Yes, so I suppose for the January intake there's only three colleges. We're one of those, and I suppose look, just to say that ours comes in at a good price as well, which is attractive, and so definitely if you're thinking about doing it, we have like we're running the course now in the college for the last 12 years, and our results are always well above the national average as well.
Yeah, no, we've got a good reputation. Can I ask about year two? that if you're going on, and we're calling it year 2 now, but there is actually an option for people who start with us now in January. You could actually start year 2 in September
Yeah, that's right.
this year,
So
2021.
yeah, so you start in January with us and do year 1, and then you'll do your exams in August. So at the end of September, then in 2021, you can go on and start year 2. So you could actually get this done in 18 months. You can have your full 2 years done by June 2022. And I suppose looking at year
Excellent.
2, it's just a follow on from year 1, really. Like, and Carter might go into more detail on that, but you're doing accounting, tax, integrated accounting systems, and management accounting. Like, I might just say about the management accounting is looking at costing and budgeting, and maybe looking at pricing. Carter, what would you say about the other 3?
In the advanced tax, you're continuing on what you learned from first year tax, but you're also adding in then company taxation to it, which is known as corporation tax. So you're learning how you would tax someone who has a company. And then for the IES integrated accounting systems, you're actually learning computerized accounts, which is great. It's Sage 50, Sage Payroll, and you also learn spreadsheets as well. Actually, I should maybe just mention there, as part of first year, the accountants also themselves give you spreadsheets, just so people would know it's part of the first year. It's part of the first year course as well, but it's the accountants do the tuition part of that. Just in case you're wondering, do you have any tuition in the Excel? But you do. There's a little bit in first year, but then in second year, there's a full exam on integrated accounting systems in year 2. And it's a great DIS, especially for employers, because they're looking for someone who are trained in, do you know what I mean, Sage 50 accounts. You go out there, if you know how to do Sage 50, you can be able to bring that knowledge to any kind of accountancy system. And then the financial accounting again, John, is like just adding on to what you have done in first year as well, isn't it? Going to company accounts in as well.
Yeah, like in first year, really you're focused on sole trader accounts. In year 2, then you're looking at company accounts.
Catherine, can I check in with you on something that I've heard you said before? I'm misquoting you now, but that year 2 can actually be more fun and maybe easier because the material doesn't get any harder, and you're more experienced. You're better at your accounting.
Yeah, because like it was first year is maybe a little bit of a shock to the system. You have a good bit of learning to do, but when you go into second year, you have all your tools available. You know how to approach all your exam questions, and a lot of people do find second year actually easier than the first year. And again, another thing, you don't have theory subjects. Like in first year, you have 2 theory subjects to pass, whereas in second year, they're all number-based subjects, which is great. And the good thing about first year, once you've passed your 4 subjects, you get your certificate in from the accountants, and then when you go into year 2, you're getting a diploma from the accountants, which is great over 2 years.
Can I just go on and we'll just finish up and just remind people how you would sign up for the course. First off, head to our website, nightschool.ie, and you will find links there for accounting. And in our case here, you can see you've got our accounting year 1. All the information we've been talking about and contact information if you need more is there. And you'll also find the button here for signing up. And all the information too about discounts and grant information.
And I might just highlight one thing on there, is that the grant of €1,000 is now available. So you can actually get your whole course fee covered, which is a great thing that's out there now for anyone that's enrolling for the January intake.
So if you're unemployed right now, or if and thinking about upskilling for work, you couldn't go wrong with this, could you?
No, definitely not. It's a great opportunity, and I would say to anyone out there, take this opportunity now, because it may not be there next September.
Okay, thanks folks. I think we'll leave it there.